Hi all. In our today's session, we'll discuss about the physical inventory in SAP material management. What is meant by physical inventory? What are the transactions we perform during physical inventory? Or what are the activities we perform during physical inventory? And what are the different types of physical inventory that we will discuss? This physical inventory topics will be divided into two sessions. In first sessions, we'll discuss about the manual physical inventory process. And in a second sessions, we'll discuss about the types of physical inventory. Okay. Now, so what is physical inventory? Physical inventory process is an activity to physically verify our stocks with the system stock. Physical inventory process is an activity to physically verify our stocks with the system stock. Right? By law also it is mandatory that we should have at least one time to perform physical inventory in our storage location. And by business also it is required to perform the physical inventory. Why? To have a smooth business and the correct stock information, it is necessary that we should have the exact information of our stocks that should match with our physical stock. Correct? So, to give a better commitment to the better and exact commitment to our customers, we should have the correct stocks figures available in our system. What if suppose physically we have 500 quantity. In system, it is showing 1000 quantity. Based on system stocks, what we committed to the suppliers, that we committed that we are going to deliver this material tomorrow. Physically, we don't have that much quantity. Physically, we have only 500 quantity. Now, rest 500 quantities we need to adjust somehow, or that leads to be dissatisfactions to customer. We lose credibility here, right? So, to have the effective business processes, to have the correct visibility of stocks, the system stock should match with our physical stock. So, verifying our physical stocks with the system stock, this process is called as physical inventory. By law also it is mandatory. Why? The stock is an asset. This information is updated in our balance sheet as an inventory stock. Right? If our system stock giving incorrect information, that means we are giving we are updating incorrect information in our balance sheet. So that is also wrong, right? So by law also it is mandatory that we should perform physical inventory at least once in a year, right? So this is the physical inventory. This physical inventory process will be divided into 3 steps. First, the first step is physical inventory preparation. The first step is physical inventory preparation. Okay. The second step is physical inventory count. Physical inventory count. The third step, physical inventory check. The third step is physical inventory check. Okay, so these are the 3 transactions, 3 activities we have to perform during manual physical inventory. What is meant by physical inventory preparation? In this stage, actually, so these are the 3 which we use to perform physical inventory. Okay, so the first step, physical inventory preparation. What is meant by physical inventory preparation? During physical inventory preparations, we prepare a physical inventory document. Okay, We print the physical inventory documents, print and distribute. And we block our storage location for stock movements, right? So these are the three steps we perform during our physical inventory preparation. Okay. So what is this three steps, three activities? We prepare a physical inventory documents. We identified the materials for which we want to do a physical inventory. Second, print and distribute physical inventory documents. We will take the printout of the physical inventory documents, and those printout we will share it with our warehouse user, the storekeepers, or the users who are working in the storage locations, right? And we will block our storage location for any stock movements. In system, we will put a block, as well as physically they will close the shutters. So no physical movements during the physical inventory process. At the same time, no stock movements in the system, right? So these are the three activities we perform during physical inventory preparation. Now, what is the second step? Physical inventory count. Whatever printout we have shared with the business, with the warehouse users, right? They will take that printout, they will check, okay, this is the material. So they will go physically, they will count the materials, and they will record the count on a paper. They will mention material X 500 quantity, material Y 700 quantity. So they will record the count results on a paper. They will submit that paper to the warehouse supervisor, and warehouse supervisor will record that count information into the system. This process is called as a physical inventory count. If required, we can recount. The warehouse supervisor will ask to recount as well. Okay. And then we have the last step, physical inventory check. Physical inventory check means the warehouse supervisor will check, okay, so we have physically this much of quantity, system it is showing this much. If there is any differences, the warehouse supervisors will do the auditing things. Why there is differences? They will investigate. There might be a chances that they missed to record some transactions. So they will record the transactions, right? So they will investigate why there is a differences. If there is no differences, that means the data is correct in both sides, physically as well as in system. They can close that count. But if there is a differences, there will be an auditing, there will be an investigation, and they will check. If after investigation also they found that no, there is a differences, they will match the system stocks as per the physical stock. If the physical it is showing 500, the system stock will be adjusted as a 500. So it should have the correct stock information in a system as per our physical stock, right? So this process is called as a physical inventory check. So these are the three activities we have to perform. If the business is using manual physical inventory process, then what are the transactions we need to perform? The physical inventory preparation, the transactions will be MI01, right? And MI21 is to print physical inventory document. Physical inventory count will be MI04, and physical inventory check will be MI07. So these are the three steps a business user has to perform, right? Let's see this now in SAP. So let me just identify some of the materials. I'll go to the MB52, that is a warehouse stock information. Okay. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll take these three materials, 1, 2, and 10. Okay, I'll take example only for the three materials I'll consider for a physical inventory. We can consider all the materials of our storage locations, but for the time being, I'm considering only three materials. This is actually 1000 storage location. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so let's consider these three materials. Okay, so you can see this is the stock. I will consider these three materials. So system, the count result is like this one. In unrestricted stock, the first material is having 500 quantity, second material is having 49 quantities, third material is having 0 quantity. Okay, so we'll try to do the physical inventory now for these three materials. So what we'll do, we'll go to the transaction code MI01. We'll mention the document date, our physical inventory document date, and when we are going to count it. We decided that the count will be on tomorrow. Okay, we'll give our plan, we'll give our storage location. Okay, if it is a special stock, we can consider special stock, and we can consider here posting block. Posting block means for until this physical inventory completed, those materials will be blocked for posting. Okay, until the count result will be recorded. Until that time, the posting block will be applied in a systems for those materials. Right? So you can select this one and press enter. The next screen, system will ask us the material, which are the materials we want to consider. So I want to consider these three materials. Right? You can mention whether it is unrestricted stock or quality stocks or block stocks. You can consider here stock types. Right? Which stock types you want to consider. So I consider only unrestricted stocks currently for these three materials. Okay, and press enter. Once you're done, you can update your other materials as well if you want, and you can save it. So you can see here the physical inventory document is created. So this is a physical inventory document generated. Okay, now what happens? The next step is we will print the physical inventory document. How we are going to print it? The transaction code is MI21, and here we'll give the physical inventory document number. The other informations we can give it here, and you can just execute print physical inventory documents. And you can see how the printout will looks like. This is a standard forms. So let me give the output device. So you can see this is the standard forms we have. We can customize these forms as per business requirements, right? So here in these forms, what happens? We have the complete informations about the physical documents, plant and storage locations, the plant count date and everything, those informations which we added during physical inventory document creation, all information gets captured here. These are the three materials, 12, 100,000 and 300,000. These are the three materials we decided to count. Now, if you see here, here is a blank quantity. Why it is a blank? The person who is going to count the materials, he will mention the count result here with pen, right? And then he will submit this information to the warehouse supervisor, right? So this printout, we will take it and we will give it to the warehouse business user. Currently only three materials, so we can give it to only one user. If there might be chances that there are a lot of materials in a storage location. So 4 or 5 business users, warehouse users, we can decide it for a physical inventory, and we will distribute, means if there are 2000 quantities, 500 quantity to this person, 500 quantity to this, 500 materials, this users, 500 to that users. Like that one, we can distribute that physical document papers within our business users, right? So this is the first step, feasibility preparation. Next, now warehouse business user will go, they will count the materials and they will record the count results with a pen on this sheet, right? So once they completed their count, they will submit that paper to the warehouse business user, warehouse business supervisor. Actually, supervisor will review those details and he will record those details into systems with the transaction code MI04. So he will mention the physical document, fiscal year, right? And here he will mention the count result. So what I'll do, the first material 12, right? Physically we have only 400 quantities. Okay. The second materials, physically we have 90 quantities. The third materials we have only 0 quantities. We do not have any quantity of the third material. So we will select this 0 count option here. You can see. So we'll select this 0 count because it is having 0 quantity. So for one cases actually we put 400 quantity, another materials it is 90 quantity, third materials it is 0 stock. Okay. We will record our count. We means the warehouse supervisor will mention these informations into the system. Press enter and he will save it. That means count result has been entered for the physical inventory, right? Then last step will be the physical inventory check. That means the differences needs to be posted. The transaction code will be MI07. So if you see now what is happened, the first material 12, there is a difference quantity of 100. Why? Physically the stock quantity is system, the stock quantity is 500. Physically we found 400, so there is a less of 100 quantity, correct? So we have 100 quantity less for the first material. The difference amount will be this much. So this much of amount is going to be deducted from our inventory balances in a system. Second materials, physically we have 49, physically we have 90 quantities, but in system we have 49, which means there is an excess of 41 quantities. And 410 amount, 410 euro will be going to be debited in our inventory balances. Third materials, there is no difference. Physical also 0, system also 0. So there is no difference, right? So only these two materials having negative differences and having positive differences, correct? Now we need to investigate why there is a differences. There might be chances that we have not recorded any transactions in the systems, or there might be duplicate transactions posted, right? So we have to investigate on these two materials, and if after investigations, if business user came to the conclusion that okay, whatever the differences are there, that is correct, we have to consider this, accept these differences, and we have to post. If that is the conclusion, in that case they will just select those records and they will just click on post. As soon as we will click on post, system will create a material document and an accounting document. If you see here, the difference in physical document, this is posted, with material document, this is this. So this is the material document number. Let's see this material document number. I'll go to the MB51. I'll give my material document number. If you see here, this is the material document 71 created. We have the positive difference of the 41 quantities. We have the negative differences of the 101. There are two materials, right? That the reason it is showing. So whenever there is a positive differences, that means the stock is going to be in in our storage location, right? In that case, system will consider the moment of 70. If there is any negative impact, then system will consider 702 moment, right? At the same time, system will, because this is having the value is also going to be updated. So if you see, the inventory account and inventory difference account is going to be hit here. So these are the transactions is going to be debited and credited in our inventory balances. So this is a manual physical inventory in which we actually adjust, or in which we actually correct our system stocks according to our physical stock, right? Now we will have different physical inventory methods. Okay, so each and every methods follow the same process, these 3 steps only. Only the screens, the initial screens, how the physical inventory document preparation, that is differentiated, right? So in our next sessions, we will discuss about the methods in physical inventory. I hope the current this session is useful and may help you during your preparations. Thank you so much.